apparently today, that's enough to make you a racist. If you don't know, I'm talking about the Covington Catholic High School controversy. Congratulations. You haven't paid attention to the news and the idiocy that's been coming out. So here's the story that was initially relayed. Covington High School kids mock Native American elder, surround and threaten. Basically, racist pieces of garbage. And these kids, people online on social media, looking up kids, high school kids, and trying to dox them and their parents. These kids are getting threats to their life. Death threats. Why? Because the media lied about them. That's what happened. The media lied. They took a really short clip, told the story they wanted to tell. Today I watched the hour and 45-minute video, and here's what happened. Yes, the Catholic high school kids got loud and boisterous during this whole thing. Doing their chants, never once did I hear anyone say, "Build the wall." I watched as much of the video as I could find. I did hear from the main video, the hour and 45-minute long video, the Black Hebrew Israelites, who are the people that instigated this entire situation, call them incest babies, throw homophobic slurs at them, throw racial slurs at them, both them and their black classmates. Tell them they were future school shooters. Throw slurs at the Native American group that was there. These people, Black Hebrew Israelites, I think there were 4 or 5 of them, out there preaching their message of hate. And that's not me paraphrasing or me characterizing it inaccurately. In the video, they said that they hate. This was a message of hate. The Black Hebrew International. Look up the whole thing if you don't believe me. Watch the hour and 45 minutes. Reprehensible. So in the middle of this were these Black Hebrew Internationalists, adults, not kids, adults. They had to be late 20s, early 30s, maybe even 40s. Long beards. These were adult men. Are taunting and berating this group of high school kids. And the group gets larger and larger as the video goes on, because the kids were told to meet there to catch their bus home after having marched in the March for Life earlier in the day. In the middle of this whole thing, this, what they call a Native American elder, the story that's being told is he wanted to make it to the top of the steps and play this peace song on his drum. Maybe it was a peace song, I don't know. But if you watch the full video, toward the left-hand side of the screen as you're watching it, there's this huge group of Catholic high schoolers. Toward the right-hand side of the screen at certain points, there's still some high schoolers up toward the top of the steps. They're kind of scattered, but most of the steps are vacant. This Native American man, he took the line through the heart, through the center, the biggest mass of those Catholic high school boys, to try to force his and his group's way to the top of the steps through them all. The arrogance that says this group of kids needs to part for you, and then when one doesn't, for you to go on TV and say that you felt threatened when you insinuated yourself into the middle of this group, and then you played a drum inches from somebody's face, just antagonizing and trying to start a problem. And when that young man just stood there and smiled and didn't touch you, didn't move, didn't do anything, you got in his face. You're the one who moved, old man. No, I will not show you respect. You are not an elder. An elder does not do that to a young person to try to make himself the story on national TV and make that young man look like garbage. Because he wore a red hat that you didn't like that said, "Make America Great Again." There was a Native American gentleman beside him as he's playing the drum, caught from another camera, shouting, "Go back to Europe. You're the racists. You're the racists. You created the situation. The black Hebrew Israelites created the situation and then tried to make out the Catholic high school boys to be the problem. You created it. You are a despicable human being. The black Hebrew Israelites are despicable human beings. Race baiting. I don't even have the words. It's one of the things that got me worked up today. That's what I saw in the video. There's still a lot of people out there going with the original story that this kid did something. He stood in place. He stood in place and smiled. Yeah, he looked smug. He's a 16-year-old kid being confronted with a group of Native Americans, one over here telling him, Europeans go home, one beating a drum this far in front of his face. And he had the courage to stand his ground, not say a word to antagonize the situation, and simply smiled. We are coming apart at the seams because of this racial divisiveness coming from the progressive left of the country. Here's my rule of thumb. If there's a conversation and you bring up race, you're the racist. Talk about ideas, talk about values, talk about policies, talk about what we can do together to make the world a better place. But as soon as you start insinuating the color of your skin into the political conversation, you're the racist. You are part of the problem.